All right, heading out to shoot an episode today. I feel like I forgot something. All right, I'm supposed to still be filming on the Pentax KO1. That's better. Better?
Welcome back, Deep Review TV viewers. It's Chris Nichols here. We have a shootout for you today, which I know you love. We're going to compare the Sony a6400 versus the Fujifilm X-S10. However, because of COVID, we don't have anybody else to shoot our video, so we can't really do Jordan and I going against each other like we want to. So instead, you're going to get Chris versus Chris. So for our first battle, let's talk about handling between the X-S10 and the a6400. So Chris, I'd like to begin this argument by saying that the a6400 gets a really bad rap, and it's uncalled for. I mean, the menus, yes, they're terrible, but you get used to it. It's got a grip with rubber on it, even if your pinky disappears under it all the time, and the record button isn't just about the worst place possible. But I get dual dials. Yes, I have to use one finger to manipulate both, but there's two dials. And the touchscreen interface leaves a lot to be desired. There's no AF joystick, but nobody cares about that stuff. It's small. Look how small it is. Now, Chris, in all of that, you bring up one good singular point. The camera is somewhat smaller, but it's not like the X-S10 is a large camera. It's compact, it's got a fantastic grip that's very secure feeling. It also has control dials, but you can use them with two separate fingers, which is vastly superior. I love the fact that we've got a better touchscreen interface on here, and I have an autofocus joystick as well, so it just feels like a camera. You know, Chris, you do bring up some excellent points. I will graciously admit defeat to you on behalf of the a6400, and might I say you are an excellent debater, sir. For our next category, it's down to Battle of the Displays. Now, I think I have you beat on displays here because first off, my back panel is over 1 million dots and yours is under 1 million dots. And it's fully articulating. Look at that, which I love, which Jordan loves. We both love it. Everybody should love it. It's the best way to have it handled. We do have a nice EVF on here as well. And so overall, I think this is the best way to compose. Now, Chris, I know how much you love a fully articulating LCD screen. And because we're the same person, we both should. But in the interest of this debate, you got to keep in mind that a lot of people actually prefer a vertically tilting EVF like I have here. Yes, it's under 1 million dots, but only slightly. And frankly, many people shouldn't be shooting off the back panel anyways, yourself included, Chris. We really are going to be composing through the EVF. They're both 2.36 million dots, but mine has a faster refresh rate, even when your Fujifilm X-S10 has its boosted performance mode for EVF refresh rate. So I think the gentlemanly thing to do is to call a tie here. You know, I'm big enough to be able to say, I respect you, I respect that decision, I agree with that, and the hair, the hair. Now, having a camera that can autofocus efficiently, easy for the user, and yet very effective is going to be critically important to the photographic experience. Let's debate that next. So let me begin my argument by saying that only a fool would fail to appreciate how far Fujifilm has come in their AF technology. Yes, it needed some improvement at the beginning, but I mean, now we've got state-of-the-art hybrid AF, and it's all on the X-S10. Okay, just slow down here for a bit, because the fact is, look, I got 4 words for you, okay? Real-time autofocus tracking, because we're going to hyphenate autofocus, so it'll be one word, all right? And here's the thing, a user doesn't want to be fiddling around with different modes in the heat of the moment trying to get the shot. Real-time tracking autofocus, you basically never have to leave for 99% of your work. It works seamlessly with the face and eye detect. It just holds on to subjects and follows them so well. I mean, we invented this beautiful system to make the experience the best it could possibly be. And the fact is that everybody else, Fujifilm, Canon, Nikon, Olympus, Panasonic, I mean, all these companies are trying to emulate what we did so well. Just end of argument. Okay, but I have this really cool feature where I just have a box, I put it on a subject, I start tracking that subject, and it just tenaciously follows it. It's so easy for the user. Have I mentioned that I've got real-time tracking autofocus? Yeah, I've got that. I have face and eye detect, okay? It's fantastic. It works from long distances now because that's been improved. So in conclusion, you're trying to copy what we've already done better, and our hit rate's better, so I win. I win. Fine, you win, fine, you win. I win. This Chris guy's an arrogant dick. Next up, let's talk about the ever-important image quality. Now, I know what you're thinking. You want us to keep this debate to raw for my sake, but the fact is I have nothing to be ashamed of. The Sony a6400 has excellent image quality. I mean, this 24 megapixel sensor is now ubiquitous throughout so many other cameras because it's that good. Dynamic range is fantastic. I mean, the fact is I have nothing to be embarrassed about. This is awesome image quality. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nobody's debating that you have bad image quality. I'm simply gonna say that I have better image quality. I mean, I've got 2 more megapixels than you. I've got great Fujifilm simulation modes because we made film. You never really did. I mean, everybody loves my JPEGs. Have I mentioned the JPEGs? Oh, yeah, always with the JPEGs. Every single debate with Fuji, it's always about the JPEG. And the icing on the cake, our sensor's so advanced, it just scans so quickly. There's so little rolling shutter. Your rolling shutter is terrible. You're all jiggly in the middle. You're all wobbly. Our electronic shutter is actually usable. So we win. We win. I win. Fuji wins. See, we're talking about image quality, not rolling shutter. There's no rolling shutter category, so we can just ignore a rolling shutter. We're going to ignore rolling shutter category. Don't get camera on my face. We're going to talk about video quality next, so we're going to do it from this empty parking lot where nobody's watching me talk to myself or talk to an empty wall. It's going to be refreshing. It's been awkward. So Chris, we've been having this friendly interchange, but you seem like a nice guy, but the fact is, this is where I just start to destroy you. When it comes to video quality, the Fuji X-S10 is so much better. I mean, first off, I can do 1080 240. You can't do 1080 240. I got 10-bit external recording here. I have a mic jack. I know you've got a mic jack too, but I also have a headphone jack as an option. It's not even an option. It comes in the box. It comes with it. I have it. You don't. I mean, just give up. Look, Sony has such a rich heritage. I mean, we've been making camcorders, capturing adorable family memories, and the camera itself is fantastic for video. I mean, our 4K video is sharp as long as it's not handheld, because there's no IBIS, you get a little jiggly, I'll give you that, but you know, the 1080's there. I've got a mic jack, great autofocus tracking, by the way, in video. I think I do legitimately have you there. And if you want IBIS and headphone jack, which you do, granted, well, the a6400 is only slightly more expensive, right? The a6400. Yes, that camera, which is completely beyond the price point that we're debating, has those features, but at this incredibly low price point, I have IBIS. Done. Win. Stop. End game. Mic drop. Mic drop. Here, look. Done. You've been waiting for it. Time to debate battery life. Oh, Chris, let's just take this opportunity to relax, bring this heated argument back down to a reasonable debate, and just discuss how I win battery life. Because Fujifilm makes some great cameras, but you're going to use them in their performance boost mode, and unfortunately that does hurt your battery life, but you really want to use the cameras in that mode, whereas on the a6400, I don't have to hide behind a boost mode or performance enhancements. I mean, my camera gives me better CEPA ratings all the time, anytime I want. It's an easy debate. Oh, there are some things that I can let pass, but I will not let any bad talk pass on Fujifilm's performance mode. It is a wonderful way for the user to customize what's important to them and enhance it, as long as they don't need to enhance battery life, because it does quite the opposite. And here's the thing too, if my battery does run out before yours does, I can charge it up way faster with my modern USB-C port, while your a6400 is relegated to that ancient, slow charging micro USB. Huh? Oh, sorry, I didn't hear any of that ridiculous rant. I just got off the phone with the Consumer Imaging Products Association, and they say that I won that category. In order to take great pictures, you have to have great choice of lenses, so let's talk about lens selection next. You know, before we get to it, Chris, I just want to say I think we got off on the wrong foot. I got heated, I said some mean words, and I'm really sorry. You didn't deserve that. We both have excellent lenses. I mean, Fujifilm does have a really extensive line of APS-C lenses. We've got lots of price ranges covered, great primes, great zooms, and third party really hasn't made many attempts to make lenses for us, I feel, because we have a really complete system. But, you know, you've got great lenses too, and I think we should just end this on a tie. Well, yeah, you know, those are all good points, and I absolutely agree. I feel bad too. I shouldn't have got upset as well. We do both have excellent lens lineups, and you know, Sony, of course, have a great option for APS-C lenses, but we're very fortunate to have a lot of third-party manufacturers making excellent zoom lenses. Tamron and Sigma have brought in a lot of primes and zooms that work fantastic on our E-mount. So, you know, I think we both have good complete systems, and I'm absolutely fine calling this a tie as well. Okay, so I think we're done. With all that being said and done, I think we come to two conclusions here. First off, this has basically been therapy for me. I've come to terms with a lot of my idiosyncrasies and more annoying traits, and I never want to argue with myself again. The other conclusion is, you know, the Fujifilm X-S10 is a fantastic camera, and it does win a lot of these categories, but it's also 2 years newer, and so that does make sense. Both cameras are still very excellent platforms at very similar price points, and honestly, we'll just have to wait and see what Sony comes out with next. It could be very good. But if you are looking for a well-priced camera right now that still gives you a lot of capabilities and you're trying to decide between these two cameras, hopefully our video helped you out today. Please check out deepreview.com. You can see articles on both of these fantastic cameras. The links will be in the description below. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for joining us here today. We'll see you soon.